Almost sounded like he said that we're having a casting chair, and I'm playing the part.
We don't have the couch, but we do have chairs.
I could work with.
You're going to play the role of Sean Weinstein. I mean, what?
At least it's better than a whiner.
We don't like whiners.
We don't like whiners. We don't appreciate whiners. Winemakers, sure, but that's about it.
We look like two dads at their kids' soccer game right now. Like this is literally every soccer game I go to. It looks like this. You got your chairs laid out. Yeah, come on, Junior. Kick that where you know how to kick it.
Pass the ball, Jason. God,
Jason was such an our generation name.
yeah.
You don't hear any Jasons now.
No,
Like it's been done away.
it's gone extinct. It's gone the way of the dodo.
It's like every other kid was named Jason and Brandon
Yeah.
and Chad.
Chad.
Half of those names have become memes since then.
Yeah. Yeah, it's such a 90s name, Chad.
Imagine if your last name was Hanging.
What,
Like
we
the
doing
opposite
How I
of-
Met Your Mother doing a hanging Chad?
You heard it here first.
Yeah.
That was a show.
That was a great show. True story.
Your real life?
My real life.
Wow.
That's how I met someone's mother. I don't know whose, but I met them.
Yeah.
Good times, good times.
Yeah, it's weird, those kind of TV shows, like you don't really have, at least for sitcoms, you don't really have that same kind of thing anymore.
No.
Like
no.
now it's the Netflix stuff, but they don't really have sitcoms on Netflix. It's more the dramas and the thrillers.
Yeah, media itself has just gone in a different direction. Everything's become more woke. Nothing really revolves more around family lifestyle, friends lifestyle. It's just get in, get out.
It's also just a safety thing because comedies, you could easily offend people. That's how they see it.
Yeah, but
Don't wanna
we grew up
finance it.
listening to Richard Pryor, George Carlin, Bill Burr, the guys with no filters who just spoke what was on their mind.
It's funny have you seen Kill Tony this week?
Not this week. I plan on watching it on Tuesday when I have time.
Oh, that's nice. They had this guy who was like Tony's called it out right away. He was Mitch Hedberg basically. It was a total impression, like exactly how you would see Mitch Hedberg 30 years ago. He had the hair, he had like the kind of I'm out of it vibe, I'm high vibe type thing, and it was the most perfect Mitch Hedberg impression you could ever do. And then of course he gets to the interview, and the guy's totally aloof. Tony's like, "You're doing Mitch Hedberg, right? Have you been working on this?" And the guy's like, "Oh, I don't know about that."
Nope, I'm completely clueless there. I thought.
Yeah.
People.
So tell us about your story the other night about driving to In-N-Out, thinking that your life was over, thinking that you were going to live the next 37 years in the slammer, and then the gratification of realizing, oh, it's just a fat cop who's hungry.
Yeah, so I got off of work at about 10:05, got to my car by 10:15, drove out on the main road, stayed at a stoplight, made the turn, and I had a douchebag in a truck, and I had a cop behind him, so we're making our way, get to a red light, truck next to me turns after the light was already red, cop sits there, I'm thinking to myself, really? You're just gonna let this guy, okay, whatever.
That's always how it works.
That's always how it works. They're never there when you need them, and when they are there, they don't do shit. Not all of them. So like
His
goes green.
wife's father is a former
My
police
father-in-law is a former deputy sheriff
Anyway,
in Riverside
continue.
County. So we both make the turn on the green light. Cop comes right behind me. And I'm thinking to myself, what did I do? So I keep going. I get into the center divide to turn into In-N-Out. Cop's right behind me, and I'm thinking to myself, hey, if he flashes his lights, I'm still going in the line. I don't care. I'm hungry. So I got into the line. He got into the line, and then I realized it was just a cop that was hungry. And the reason why he didn't deal with the car that ran the light was because he was hungry as hell. So I paid for my food, and just to make sure he left me alone, I paid for his meal as well. And made my happy way home to my wife, where I ate food, she had a milkshake, and yeah, for a brief moment, I thought I was going to go to jail.
Does that really happen where people like, out of the goodness of their heart, oh, look at this hungry police officer late at night. Let me order him a double.
If you pay for a cop's meal, they'll leave you alone for the time being.
For the next 10 minutes.
At least the amount of time it takes for you to drive as far away from them as you can before they get their food. So I was pretty much home by the time he pulled out of the line. Yeah, lesson learned. If you think a cop's going to pull you over, just figure out how much their tab is, pay for it, and have a good day.
Tab at In-N-Out can be pretty
Tapping in and out,
Extensive.
his was the same amount as mine was. And I was buying for 2 people.
Wow.
So
Maybe he had his partner with him.
he was by himself.
It's awkward. When do they have to update their fitness standards? Isn't that a regular thing? Like they have to go back to the
Yeah,
academy
cops don't
for
have
that?
standards anymore. Only the military has standards.
So they can just literally just eat in and out every single day. They're never going to be tested on pull-ups or any of that stuff.
Probably not.
Presidential fitness test.
Absolutely not. And at this point in time, it's not presidential. It is the RFK Jr. fitness test.
Ooh, that sounds more intense in a way.
Yeah.
You have to avoid gluten.
Yeah, see,
and
that's the
stuff,
next
like,
level above the presidential fitness test. You got to meet RFK Jr.'s standard of fitness. So.
You gotta shove asparagus
Yeah.
in different places and avoid gluten at all costs.
Yep.
I think that's how it goes.
And then once you master that one, you have the top tier, which is the Arnold Schwarzenegger fitness test.
Watch your
And,
language. We're going to post this. Just making sure we're keeping a clean show. That was a little dangerous, that word.
I did not agree to a clean show.
Oh, in that case, continue. We'll fix it in post.
That post-racist bullshit. Always trying to edit those.
Speaking of that, these AI videos, man. Woo.
I've seen some pretty
Getting
good
crazy.
AI videos. I've seen some bad AI videos, and I've seen some bad AI photos.
But the way I see the AI content, sure, some of it is just over the top, clearly ridiculous. But it's similar to comedy, where I'm not so much going to judge a bad joke, like a joke that doesn't land, because they're trying. Like a lot of the AI stuff, it's supposed to be funny. You could think it's not funny. You could think it's ridiculous,
I
and
think
it
it
is.
depends
But
on the contents of how it's trying to be funny. Like all the videos of Bigfoot and Yeti, those are funny. There are other ones where it makes fun of different types of people. Those can be funny. Some of them
Right.
can be distasteful.
But I'm saying even if it is quote unquote distasteful, it's like okay, but they're making an attempt. Clearly, there's humor behind it, all of it.
Right.
Like there's never one where you watch it and you're like, that's just evil. That's just I never get that vibe. It's always maybe that was stupid. That wasn't that funny.
Well,
but
it's because people are
they're
afraid
trying.
to make videos about gingers.
I've seen a few, but yeah, by and large, it's taboo.
Yeah. So
I think once that becomes normalized, AI will be a better place. The world will be a better place.
I
hopefully.
hope so. I really do. I think that's what the world needs. It needs more AI gingers.
We're losing real gingers. Like the population's going down year by year.
Yeah. It's a sad.
That's
It's
really
that time in the world.
that's the only option. We're gonna have to just replicate him using AI.
Yeah.
Sorry to say, but maybe they'll be able to do cool things. Like maybe their livers will be more robust. Maybe they'll be able to.
So you're saying that AI gingers can drink more alcohol than me? Like,
But you
accept it.
could probably take him drink for drink. I would imagine.
I'm sorry. Once the battery runs out, what's going to happen? I'm still going to be drinking.
That's a good point. So if you pull the plug, what are they going to do?
Exactly.
That really is an interesting point about AI, right? If you just shut down the electrical grid entirely, there's no more software, there's nothing processing this AI, then how does it exist?
Exactly.
Now, that's probably a stupid thing to say because I'm sure there's redundancies and there's backups to keep it going. But
yeah,
I don't know.
It'll,
It seems like
it'll take a while for humanity to catch back up.
You mean catch back up once AI becomes everywhere? Or to catch back up as the electric grid goes out?
Electric grid grows out, but also when AI finally takes over, mankind's going to be a third-class citizen in its own society.
Can you imagine? Let's say that you just pulled the plug, like not just figuratively pulled the plug on all this technology now, and it's like you guys have to start from square one again. So start with basically the cave, start
Right.
offline, and work your way up. How fast do you think it would take to get back to where we just were?
I think it'll probably take at least 100 years to get back to where we're at now.
I think it would take like 10 minutes.
No.
Because I think you
No.
have so many people now, and you have, okay, I guess that the other part of that would be, do the people know what existed, or is it a blank slate? Are we starting over that way?
I think it would be a blank slate.
Okay,
and
then
start over
then it
only
would take longer.
because when
Yeah.
you look at society, everything is digital.
Right.
Blueprints, digital.
So I'm saying it's as if none of that existed. People don't remember it
Basically, we're going back to the early 1900s, and we're going to start over now
with that same kind of.
with this same type of
Mentality.
mentality. Because when
Okay.
you look at the generations now that are so addicted to their phones, their iPads, their computers, social media, they would be the ones hopefully having what it takes to rebuild society. They're the ones who are more hungry. For us who grew up in the 90s before really the internet and cell phones, iPads, we used our hands, we were outside, we were communicating with each other. This generation, I think they would break down for at least a year before they realize.
But that's the premise of they remember what it was like. Yeah, no, in that case, they'd be chaotic for sure. People would have total meltdowns. But I think as far as being able to rebuild it, if you still had that same mindset of what it was, it'd be pretty quick. But if you didn't have any of that, yeah, it would.
Oh yeah,
it
would take over 100 years for us to get back to where we're at now.
But I think a lot of times it's like tearing off a Band-Aid. If you took this generation, let's say Gen Z or whatever, and you just said, okay, starting today, no technology, no phones, no nothing. How long would it take to get back to a place of normalcy? Obviously, there'd be chaos.
Oh, it would
in the
take
interim.
years because they don't know how to interact with an actual human being besides their parents. Everything that they
Right.
want, everything that they do is all through the phone. They order food, they order stuff online, they talk to each other through the phone. They could be sitting in the same room or next to each other like we are, looking down at their phone, having a full-on conversation without even opening their mouths. I think it would be a culture shock to them to be able to realize, holy crap, there's more in the world than just my phone or
Yeah.
electronics.
It depends on the age too. Yeah, if they're past maybe 10 or 12 years old, I think it would be very tough for them.
Yeah.
But if they're younger than that,
If they're young, if they're under 10 years old, there's still time to be able to teach them stuff about the world where their mind will adapt to that versus, as we like to call them, the iPad kids. They just lose all brain functions.
man,
That's just my opinion on it. What do I know?
a lot. I thought I had you on here as an accredited subject matter expert.
Oh,
in this
I am
area.
definitely accredited in this field. It's just, I don't know if the kids watching now would even understand what I'm talking about because their phones hasn't shown them yet.
This might be on their phone, so they should watch this and nothing else.
I think they absolutely should. To be honest, I think
Yeah.
being able to listen to somebody who's lived through a time before the iPhones, before the iPads, before what electronics are now, where we had to go outside and play just to be able to have fun, or being able to interact with a human being for hours on end, being scared of the lights coming on outside in the street lights and knowing that if you weren't home by a certain time, you're in trouble. Because nowadays I see these kids out on their bikes, scooters, skateboards, 11, 12, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning with no concerns, no real sense of anything.
You see them out there that late?
I see them out there that late.
I don't know. Like, I'm split on that because, yeah, as a now being a parent, I think about every kid who's younger than 20 looks super young now.
Yeah.
We're at that age. At the same time, so many kids are just insulated at home watching an iPad, not doing anything. It's almost nice to see them out socializing to an extent, even if that's, sure, there's destructive parts of that, no question. But I don't know. It's like, do you take the good with the bad, or do you just have to negotiate that better? Have them do that earlier in the evening so they're not out in the middle of the night. Do it at 5 o'clock instead of midnight.
Exactly. If you're able to tell your kids, be home for dinner, whether dinner's at 5, 6, 7 o'clock at night, and then they want to go hang out with their friends, most cities that I've lived in always have a curfew for young kids, especially during the school year of, at this time, you have to be at home unless you're with a parent or a guardian or somebody over the age of 18. These kids have a feeling that, oh, I can do what I want. My parents won't do anything. My parents are going to believe you, not me, blah, blah, blah. I think it's a failure on some of the parents during COVID where they just let their kids do anything. Their kids got away with things because their parents didn't want to deal with it. They didn't want them at home. Or
Well, that goes back to the whole schools being closed. That's a whole rabbit hole. It's like, shut down the schools. Like, a lot of parents didn't have a choice.
At least with that, you were able to talk to your friends or your schoolmates online. You still had them at school. They had Zoom. You still have Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, whatever, to hang out and talk to your friends. But the fact of going out and being destructive because you were isolated at home makes no sense to me whatsoever. You know, there are some good parents out there. I've seen a lot of kids who still say, excuse me, thank you, you're welcome. You
When
know.
I gotta say, when I see that now, that makes me so happy.
Yeah.
That, like, on the inside, I get so warmed up. I'm like, dude, that is the most beautiful thing to see, a gracious, polite kid.
There's hope for the future.
When you are a kid, you think that's a dorky thing to do.
Yeah.
But then when you're an adult and you see that, you're like, this kid's amazing. He has great parents. Like, there's nothing better that as a parent to say, wow, you're doing a great job, or this thing that you taught your child is amazing.
Yeah.
They're actually doing it in public, putting it in practice. The best feeling ever.
Yeah.
We're having fun here, guys. It's small town Ginger.
Yeah. Yeah.